It's a big face-off in Karnataka with elections just a few months ago. Days after Karnataka BJP chief Nalin Kumar Kateel's clarion call to chase away descendants of Tipu Sultan referring to the Congress, now Education Minister's appeal to finish off former Chief Minister Siddaramaiah like 18th century Mysuru ruler Tipu Sultan has triggered a fresh controversy. Addressing a gathering recently in Mandya, High Education Minister C.N. Ashwath Narayan said that Siddaramaiah would come to power if the BJP...
Tipu veka, Savarkar veka. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಟಿಪ್ಪು ಸುಲ್ತಾನ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಕಳಿಸಬೇಕು? ಉರಿಗೌಡ ನಂಜೇಗೌಡ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು? ಉರಿಗೌಡ ನಂಜೇಗೌಡ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು? ಹಂಗೆ ಇವ್ರನ್ನ ಹೊಡೆದು ಹಾಕಬೇಕು.
Now, enraged by the Education Minister's war cry, Siddaramaiah condemned it and in fact took the fight to the BJP, saying that if you really want me dead, you should get a gun license yourself and not try and incite others to do so.
No prashne bere re, avni yes, no business to continue for a second as a minister. I request the governor.
All right, in fact, we've got protests being held in front of C.N. Ashwath Narayan's house in Bengaluru by the Congress. Let's go straight across to Deepak for more on that. Let's also, in fact, get in our guests in just a second. But these are the protest visuals that we see in Bengaluru. Deepak is with us on the phone line. Does the Congress plan to make this into a big election issue as well? What's the latest you're hearing, Deepak?
Well, Padmaja, when it comes to Tipu, we've seen the kind of controversy that's erupted in the past, and this time, Ashwath Narayan taking it a notch higher. And, the Congress is saying this is a call for violence by the BJP minister. They're even demanding his resignation. We heard what the former Chief Minister Siddaramaiah say. He is also, in fact, urged that the governor should take cognizance. We've seen the Kurba community, which has demanded, the resignation. Now, Congress workers protesting outside Ashwath Narayan's house, demanding that he should step down as minister and should apologize as well.
All right, Deepak, thanks very much for joining us with that quick update. Meanwhile, the BJP has...
अश्वत्थ नारायण जी कोई इमोशन में आकर ऐसा कहा होगा, कोई भी जो राजनीति में रहता है ऐसा बात करने का वो शोभा नहीं देता। टीपू सुल्तान कर्नाटक के जो लाखों हिंदुओं का कत्ल किया है, 3,500 ऊपर मंदिर तोड़ा है। टीपू सुल्तान का आदर्श कर्नाटक के लिए भारतवर्ष के लिए नहीं है। जो टीपू सुल्तान के सपोर्ट में बोलता है उनको हम कभी भी नहीं मानेंगे।
टिप्पू को भजन करने का कोई जरूरत नहीं कर्नाटक में। वो नेशनलिस्ट होना है, कर्नाटक को प्यार करना है, कर्नाटक प्यार करने वाला कर्नाटक में रहना।
तो बोल रहे हैं कि जो टीपू को भजन कर रहे हैं वो भी स्टेट छोड़ना है।
भजन करने का जरूरत नहीं है,
लेकिन जो कर रहे हैं छोड़ना चाहिए। जो कर रहे हैं स्टेट छोड़ना चाहिए।
देखेंगे।
All right, is that going to really be the theme of the elections just a few months away? Mohan Vishwa, spokesperson of the BJP, Anurag Naidu, author, Sabir Siddharth Gaffar, president of All India Minority Council, and NM Noor Ahmed, state spokesperson of the JDES. Mr. Mohan Vishwa, a call to violence.
See, what we are talking over here is Tipu means what is his intention or what is his, the form of development. His form of development is destructive. That is what he has done. He was never for any Hindus or development for that matter. At the same time, you take warriors of Mysuru, they were the one who was for development. So we are talking about the development over here. So Mr. Warriors of Mysuru, they were the one who built KRS Dam. They were the one who built Indian Institute of Science. They were the one who built Mysuru University. They were Abaka by our senior leaders is totally on purely development basis, nothing else other than this.
Okay, there was never any violence intended, Mr. Noor Ahmed. The Congress is using it for politics. Ashwath Narayan says, I've already apologized, but don't run away from the main issue of who should be an ideal for Karnataka, Tipu or the chieftains.
No, is the Hazrat Tipu Sultan is a subject to use for the BJP government to polarize the votes? Don't they have other issues? Ashwath Narayan sir holding a Minister of Education Ministry post. Can't he say that how many colleges he is opened? How many appointments he is done in the field of education?
Well, to be fair, he was speaking in Mandya, and that's the area which remembers with the greatest horror what Tipu Sultan did.
No, it is not. It is not about Mandya area. They are using each and every area in the part of Karnataka to just polarize the votes.
Well, sir, if you don't want Tipu Sultan to polarize the votes, then the Congress shouldn't have started Tipu Jayanti. Nobody would have cared about Tipu or his Jayanti or about votes or about polarization. Why get him into the discourse at all?
Tipu Jayanti is the same like other Jayantis. When we are staying in the India country, so each and every person
are equal. No, it is not. Nobody celebrates Hitler Jayanti.
No, they are able to celebrate the Godse Jayanti.
Nobody celebrates Godse Jayanti. No state government celebrates Godse Jayanti. Tell me which state government celebrates Godse Jayanti?
Karnataka ministers, they defended Godse. You have footage of
Mohan Vishwa.
Please go ahead and check.
See, don't lie over here. See, I spoke about Mysuru warriors. I spoke about Rani Abbaka of Bangalore. You know, she fought against Portuguese and she used to take every community, every religion into confidence while her administration. That is what we are also doing. That is what we also want in Karnataka, not Tipu. It's only Congress who need Tipu's government, which is known as destructive. See, I will tell you, you look at the comparison between Tipu's administration and Congress administration. What Tipu used to do, he was involving in mass conversion. What Congress is telling, once they come back to power, they are going to, take out the conversion bill and they want to bring back the earlier law into force. So that was similarity between them. And also, Mr. Siddaramaiah was responsible for killing a lot of Hindu karyakartas in his rule regime, and he took out the cases against KFT and PFI. That is what Tipu also did. See, we are telling that, we don't want such kind of administration again. We want a developmental administration like Mysuru Warrior and Rani Abbaka, who are responsible, who set a foundation for the state of Karnataka to build such a big state or such a great developed state. Now, that is what they are telling.
Sabir Ghaffar, the simple binary being laid out over here is that learn to revere and learn to respect and idolize those who are heroes of Karnataka, heroes of India. Let's not try and get in polarizing idols or polarizing figures into electoral debate, because that only leads to the detriment of everyone.
You see, Tipu Sultan, respect to Tipu Sultan is a part of the national obligation of every patriot. Tipu Sultan combined interreligious traditions. He had secular liberal traditions. He had a Sufism leanings, and Tipu Sultan had he has a legacy of giving high grants to temples and Brahmins and appointing Hindus in high positions. Tipu Sultan is the first to introduce the rocket technology, the first to introduce sericulture. So Tipu Sultan is a symbol of the freedom movement, and anybody who's trying to insult such a big hero of the freedom movement, I think they should be booked under relevant sections, because they are in a way they are trying to insult our freedom movement. Tipu Sultan was anti-colonial. He was an internationalist, and he was very liberal. And when he died, there were many and plenty of Hindus who came out on the roads, and Hindu women were crying and they were lying down on the roads.
Okay, so Mr. Ghaffar, I have to say I haven't heard a lot of that praise come even from the most ardent supporters of Tipu Sultan in Karnataka.
His work is not mass conversion.
Okay, you have labeled him a humanist, internationalist, a scientist, historian, rocket technology.
Has said that Tipu Sultan was the protector of Hindu Dharma. The historian, I am quoting a historian, not a figment of
secularist.
D.A. Saltor has said that he is the protector of Hindu Dharma. What about the Sringeri Mutt when the Marathas invaded?
Mr. Ghaffar, next you will be demanding a Bharat Ratna.
Who gave the firman to give financial assistance for the restoration of virtue?
Anurag Naidu, just a second, Mr. Vishwa, let Anurag Naidu come in. Let Anurag Naidu come in on this great hero who then I think he should be a part of election discourse in Karnataka, because a man of such virtue definitely deserves to be debated at length in every election rally. Anurag Naidu.
Padmaja, you are right. The gentleman who just spoke, coincidentally there is, hold on sir, please. Sir, please hold on. Please shoot a nice video, sir, and put it on YouTube when we have time. We will see, sir. We really appreciate.
Okay,
Sir, coincidentally, there is an air show going on,
okay,
and I think I'm very glad.
You don't have to give me advice.
Sir, I'm very glad leader in Congress is supporting that narrative. But on the other side, yes, BJP is putting out, yes, it is Savarkar, yes, it is Uri Gowda, Nanjegowda, yes, it is the great leaders of Karnataka who gave a lot of things to Karnataka. And the battle lines are very clearly drawn, Mr. Siddaramaiah on one side and the BJP on the other side. I really don't know why this kind of polarization techniques are being used by Mr. Siddaramaiah. I really don't understand the ethos of his campaign. But this is going to harm the ethos of the state of Karnataka.
Okay.
Because of course, no matter what, Tipu was known for persecution of Hindus or the bringing down thousands of Indian temples, but he was from Karnataka. But we have that space. We don't want to discuss that. By and large, people have already rejected this philosophy every time that they have spoken about it. Let people decide whether they want to pick the side.
Okay, so let me ask you this, as a Bangalorean, as you know, a common citizen, not as a politician, Anurag Naidu, then both parties should stay away from it, right? Why should a minister also bring it up? If Tipu is forgotten and, you know, consigned to the annals of history, let him be there.
I'm as a Bangalorean, and I'm not a politician, Padmaja, and I totally agree with you. But what you have to also see is, it is not Tipu only. There has been an insulting remarks passed on Savarkar. They are saying what Savarkar has done. They are connecting with the Godse philosophy. Then Mr. Ashwath Narayan has to reply. Then Mr. Ashwath Narayan, okay, of course he got carried away, he's apologetic for it. I'm not defending him, I've got nothing to do with BJP. But the point is, when you only incite, tali ek haath se nahi bajti, Padmaja, tali dono haath se bajti hai.
Okay.
So you also have to have a balanced approach. He's been a chief minister one time. I think he should totally refrain from
Okay, Deepak Jha, it is the last refuge.
People who are writer and all, and they will talk about everything. End of the day, they will pass a comment. I am not a politician. They will pass comment on politics, but end of the day, they will say I am not politician. So, मुझे शर्म आती है ऐसे लोगों के ऊपर. बात यह है कि इस देश में टीपू सुल्तान के ऊपर, गोडसे के ऊपर, सावरकर के ऊपर चर्चा करने से क्या महंगाई कम हो जाएगी? इस देश में गोडसे और टीपू सुल्तान के ऊपर क्या उत्तर प्रदेश में माँ बेटी को जला दिया गया? ऐसी घटना दोबारा ना हो?
ये बात आपने बिल्कुल सही कही दीपक झा जी, बट फिर भारत जोड़ो यात्रा में महाराष्ट्र पहुंच करके सावरकर का जिक्र किसने किया था? ये तो राहुल जी ने किया था ना. भारत जोड़ो में भारत सावरकर की बात करके कैसे जुड़ जाएगा? महंगाई की बात कीजिए, सिलेंडर की बात कीजिए.
पद्मजा जी बिल्कुल सही कह रहे हैं, लेकिन जब भाजपा के लोग हैं, भाजपा के लोग सावरकर को अगर इतना ही महान बताते हैं तो भारत रत्न दे दें, किसका इंतजार कर रहे हैं? तो राहुल गांधी ने जो उस हवा को आग लगा रहे हैं भाजपा के लोग कि सावरकर उनके लिए भारत के हीरो हैं, महात्मा गांधी और जवाहरलाल नेहरू को सुबह से लेकर शाम तक गाली देते हैं, तो ऐसे लोगों के लिए राहुल गांधी ने कहा.
सर, सिमिलरली अगर आपको टीपू सुल्तान इतने पसंद है तो आप टीपू जयंती तो मनाते ही हैं कर्नाटका में, उनको भारत रत्न दे देते. बट आंसर दिस, मोहन विश्वा.
Who started all this? It's again same Congress and Siddaramaiah. He was the one, like as you said, he was the one who started celebrating Tipu Jayanti inside the banquet hall of Vidhana Sauda. Okay, he was the one. And he goes to Shimoga somewhere and he says, why Savarkar poster should be put in Muslim area? Come on, is he a secular that way? It's not a secularism, right? So he was the one, you know, who is bringing communal violence among the people. He is the one who is making the statement. And he says openly that he's going to eat non-veg. And he went to a temple over there and he defends what it is. And who is...
See, I would say that there is no comparison between Savarkar ji and Tipu Sultan. Tipu Sultan's Jayanti should be celebrated across the country. It should not only be a Karnataka-centric state affair. And I completely agree, he is high hub of politics. He is a national figure. He is a symbol of the freedom movement. Those who believe in history as figments of imagination, they will laugh at it. But let them come to history, let them debate on historical facts and not on figments of imagination. It is something very easy and comfortable to blame any Muslim ruler of mass conversion and destruction of thousands of temples. They want to create an Islamophobia in the country.
It's not a history, you know. Why so many history has been hidden till now? Why things are coming up? He spoke about the good things about the Tipu. Why is keeping quiet on imposition of Persian language on Kannada and Karnataka? What was the intention of Tipu bringing Persia into Karnataka? When we had Kannada in the state, even today, if you go and see the land records of Karnataka, you can find those Persian words. And also, let me tell you, when you go to old Mysuru region, the Mahouts who trains elephants, the code words which they use today is Persia and Bengali mix. Why it came in the picture? So let him understand the proper history. Let him know that Mr. Tipu is a coward and who is known for mass conversion, who killed 800 plus Ayangari Brahmins on the day of Deepavali. That is the actual history. And Tipu died in the year 1799 and the first freedom movement started in the year 1857. Then how can you call Tipu as a freedom fighter? Come on, after the death of Tipu, after 58 years of death of Tipu, first freedom fighter started.
Yeah, and anyone who wants to do this kind of politics, please do it on your own time when you are in government. And then the people will ultimately answer for it in the time of elections. But right now, there are more pressing issues at hand. Bhavtosh is with us for more on that. Any news yet on what was found? Bhavtosh?
Well, Padmaja, no official statement from the Income Tax Department, and one just hopes that Income Tax Department issues an official statement. Remember, these are longest surveys that have been conducted in recent times by the Income Tax Department. Here in New Delhi, the teams of income tax are still on the 5th and 6th floor of BBC, and what we have gathered is that they would be very soon, in next few hours, will be leaving from here. So what we have also gathered is that the government and the Income Tax Department might come out with an official statement given the controversy that has surrounded these surveys that have been conducted by the Delhi unit of Income Tax Department.
All right. Thanks very much, Bhavtosh, for joining us with that quick update. We'll keep a close eye on whether any official statement comes out from the Income Tax Department on what happened in Mumbai. That's it then from me on this edition of The Nation Wants to Know. I'll see you next at 10 on the News Hour Agenda.